Okay, so this is Christophe Clugston for FluentFighting.com. That's the website, the main website. Always check that website. And I got an update for you because I've gotten some messages that say, why don't you just, make a video? It would save time. So I'm doing that. I'm making a video, a short video, to let you know about something. And it's pretty cool because basically it's about, I will be in the United States during the summer of 2017, which is coming up very shortly. And I got to say, I haven't been in North America in several years. And the last time I was there, I was just there for a little bit. I had to take care of some business, which is what I'm going there for actually right now, here in Southeast Asia in the jungle where it's extremely hot. And maybe hear my fans running because I don't like to use air conditioning. The factor is that this is an unprecedented chance to get new technology because lots of things have changed. So those of you who trained with me last in the United States are way behind the curve. There's lots of things that happen. Now, I am available for all sorts of things. You can schedule seminars, that'd be good, clinics, workshops, and private training. And I have interest already from some people that have been on my inner core list because they're the ones who get the information first, as it should be. Anyway, so I do not have specific locations yet for anyone. The best way is to contact me through the FluentFighting.com webpage on the next live event. There will be information there. I got to tell you, just ahead of time, people, I am not in a Winnebago or whatever passes for a Winnebago nowadays, a tour bus going around the United States. I'm not 7-Eleven or a convenience store that's going to be right there for you. You're going to have to set this up. Look, those of you who did not make it to Southeast Asia, where I've been for the last 13 years to train, this is your chance, okay? I haven't been in anywhere other than Europe and here in Southeast Asia for that 13 years. So a few times I've been back in the United States and some people have done some seminars and some personal training, but this is a big chance because I'm able to tell you because of my schedule that I know that I'll be there. So basically I'll be in the United States coming up within a few weeks, actually, as my voice changes here in the, I don't know why. But anyway, so let's cover. So as you know, we're leading experts in the field of two things that other people basically are not, and that is counter violence. And violence is not the same as street fights. There's a big difference. And for those of you who don't know the difference between violence and street fights, this is the difference between self-defense and self-protection. Because self-protection, some people might think this is sort of splitting hairs, but it's really not, because it's necessary to tell the difference between protection and self-defense. Self-defense is a reaction to something that happens to you. Self-protection is taking advanced steps to make yourself prepared. This would be like you go to medical school to become a surgeon, and responding emergency medical is having to deal with a situation that's right there in front of you. So those are the people, paramedics, that sort of thing, who suddenly thrust into a situation they had just to respond to. Whereas a surgeon knows that he is trained to handle certain types of surgery. And this is the same thing when you really do self-protection. You're trained to handle, let's say, firearm, gun, weapon, handgun, and the crucial how to get to your handgun, because a lot of people in the United States think that a handgun solves everything. It doesn't. Where's your handgun right now? A lot of people say it's in a safe. If you got invaded, home invaded, you're not going to be able to get to it. You're going to be under emotional stress that you have not trained for. And how many of you are going through combat handgunning training? I bet very few of you. How many shoot regularly? How many of you shoot once a week, just even once a week, let alone 2 or 3 times a week, which is what you would need to get up to speed to be able to. How many of you know how to clear your house? How many of you carry a gun with you when you go to the grocery store, when you go to the school, when you go to the hospital, when you go to the library? You can't take it. You can't take it anywhere traveling. So that is the idea of a gun. The idea of a gun as a panacea is not good. You need skills to learn how to save you to get to the gun if you do have a gun. And one of the big things we were very good at is blade technology. And that's one of the things in our blade technology. We have different blade for those people, like how to get your gun, what sort of blades should you carry, and they're very different than what these guys are. Now we do knife fighting, but this is not going to happen. The dueling that you see guys with Bowie knives with 12-inch blades or longer, this is not going to happen in the street. The knife attack, blade attacks are generally made with kitchen knives worldwide. They're kitchen knives or small, really bad knives. Now, that type of knife is very different than a Bowie. It's easier, obviously, to deal with if you know what you're doing. But no one's pulling it out and giving you a chance. So, and I'm not going to cover everything here. I'm just saying the idea from experts in the Filipino martial arts, knife experts, is not what happens. And you need to be trained for reality, because it's the same as now dealing with street violence, which is very different than a street fight. Yes, I have concentrated on people surviving street fights for a very long time. I've been very successful at that. I'm the leading exponent of that. My self-defense technology, videotapes, and DVDs changed the marketplace 20 years ago. Now, basically, just to say very shortly, a street fight is anything that happens where a fight escalates. The two people are talking to each other, and it escalates into a fight, whether that be from a traffic incident in a sporting place, at a bar, which is the common place, right, for that. And now, that does not always lead to mortal consequence fighting. It's ego fighting, and it's different than violence. Now, in violence, there is no ability to de-escalate. If you're standing somewhere and people run at you at a mob trying to hit you with a 2x4, that's violence. That's not street fighting. It's totally different. Your response has to be different. You have to be trained differently. Now, we handle that, and that leads to zero-distance warfare. It's part of zero-distance warfare, actually, which we have been the leading proponents of, and have changed it. There's a lot of people who are saying they do combatives, but they do not handle what we handle. And that, some of it is restricted, which I've got to say, those people who want to try to do some of our higher level stuff, for example, karma. I'll tell you what, it's an acronym, but I won't even tell you what it stands for, because I don't want people out there trying to figure out anything or say, yeah, someone else does it, because no one else does it. Anyway, karma is only for military and private contractors. No one else. My guys who've been around for years and years and years, that have proven themselves and come up, they can go through karma. But normal people cannot go through karma. We have other training, which I've done, and that's why it's Clugston Combat Systems, because we offer a huge amount of different things so that those people who want to learn, for example, self-defense, to get out of certain situations, being robbed at an ATM, trying to be abducted in a parking lot, be pushed into a van, getting attacked while they're hiking. All these are scenarios where people have ended up getting killed. We can provide the solutions for that. Street fighting, yes, I've been doing that for a long time. That's the majority of my DVDs focus on that aspect. So once again, just that's a little bit of a talk about what we do. Those people who do sport fighting, yes, you know, I was a sport fighter. I'm not some guy saying, oh, sport fighting is wrong because I never did. I did it, and I did it at a high level. 75 professional fights on 3 continents. A huge time-consuming career. And I fought at the highest level of that. Won belts. I had titles. I was in the top 10. I was in the top. I was the top 1. I was number 1 in the world rated in shoot boxing at one point. So the factor is that sport fighting is not what you need. Now, MMA is not a solution to the street. It's not a solution for violence whatsoever, and it's not a war solution. It's not a zero-distance warfare solution whatsoever. Okay. Now, those of you say, "Oh, you don't know." Yeah, I do know. This is what I do for a living, and I've been around a lot longer than anybody on YouTube who is posting their videos trying to make themselves become an expert. I don't have to become an expert by putting my name out there yelling and screaming. I've done this. My credentials are solid. You won't find anybody else that matches my credentials, actually. So what I'm saying to you, this is a chance. This is a chance, so take the chance, because I'm not often in the United States, all right? I'm here in Southeast Asia where things are real and dealing with rough solutions in rough places that I'll tell you about if you take a seminar with me or a workshop or a clinic. But anyway, so once again, check out fluentfighting.com. Contact me through there. There's an email address specifically there on the next live event that you can write to. Serious inquiries, so just play around. I am not driving around the country. I will not be coming to your location. You have to make some effort. You got to be proactive. And for those people who want to know about gun retention skills, how to fight their way to get to the gun, what knives to use to get to the gun, transition skills with the knife, what knives to really use for self-protection, all of that is for those who qualify. That's in our specific to counterviolence.com website. You can check that out. This is the logo, by the way. This is the logo for our .com. That 2 is with a numeral 2, by the way. Numeral 2, counterviolence.com. So check that out. It's not completely done, that website, but it gives you a little bit of idea. This is you got to qualify. It's not for everyone. It's not for the kids. It's not for the YouTube wannabes. It's not for the tough guys. It's not for the MMA fanboys. It's not for the martial arts, traditional martial artist types. It's for the people who care about self-protection, specifically for those people who own handguns and have a handgun because they know they got to stop, they got to neutralize imminent danger. So that is what counterviolence and is made for all sorts of bad situations. And then the step above that is zero distance warfare. Okay, so anyway, this is Christophe Clugston, fluentfighting.com. Check that out. Oh, get on my email list. You get updated a lot more. You get chances at getting some of my material quicker than anyone else that way. And also, we're on Facebook, Clugston Combat Systems page, and then I have some groups. Get on the page first. Like the page, people. I got people liking posts. They're not liking the page. So like the page. You like the posts on the page? Like the page. Come on, man. Anyway, I'll talk to you later. So remember, United States, summer of 2017. I'll be there. This is your chance to get some cool training in, get personal power, raise your level, up your game. Okay, so I'll check you out. See you there. All right.